Alrighty, welcome to Micro. This is the summer course, and in these videos I'll make weekly videos. I'm going to show you things that I do and talk about some things about the class. My name is Guido Giuntini. I'll be your instructor, and I try to make the course as interesting as possible. And I'm always available via email to help you. So if you have any questions about anything, just send me an email. I'll help you out. If you need a one-to-one consultation, since it's an online class and I'm not on campus, then we can do a Zoom or something and I can help you. But if you have questions about specific problems, specific things that come up, let me know. I can even make a short video that maybe benefits other students. But so now in this video, I'm going to show you the course setup and I'll talk about the weekly flow of things and also something about week one. So when you go to Blackboard, you should see something similar to this one. And when you see this, remember some things you won't see them because they are instructor stuff only, but you will see most of them. So when you go in announcement, the first announcement is a welcome and it just what is the learning objectives, what you're going to learn. Then there are some helpful stuff for you for the moment, but that's where I'll post announcements when there are things that I need to tell you. And so please check the Blackboard very often, and that's how you will access most of your, actually all of your work. So when you go here, the main things you want to know, you want to use is start here, professor information and syllabus. This is where you can find the syllabus and some things about me. You can read them, but if you go on the syllabus, there will be something here, syllabus, and if you need the PDF or anything is right here. It tells you all you need to know. Then the main link you want to use is this one, coursework. Coursework is the main one. You can access everything from coursework. There is also here the discussion board, but the discussion board, really you can access them through coursework. So you really don't need to go on that one. You can go on discussion boards if you want, but it's up to you. But anyway, so when you go to coursework, you will first find a link that helps you with Blackboard. So this is it, not for you. You won't see them. But here is, start here. It will take you back to where we were before, right? In the syllabus and starting links and stuff like that. Then you will find for each week, this is the part that you really want, you will find week one, week two, all this weekly folders that have all the stuff you need to have for each week. Remember, you need to have Connect Access. If you have Connect Access, you should be automatically enrolled and you should be able to access everything through Blackboard. So when you click on some assignments, from Blackboard, it takes you to Connect and you can do the work on Connect when it's required. Some things like the discussion board and some projects do not require you to use Connect. And so what you do here, let's talk about week one. All weeks more or less are the same. And so I'll show you here what we do for this week. Remember, there are due work every week. You need to do all the Connect work and the discussion board or assignments weekly work every week. Do not fall behind, because if you fall behind, there's no makeup at the end of the semester, and then you will be scrambling, and it's not a good thing. You will not do well. Okay, so here it tells you what we learn. You learned this thing about scarcity, what is economics, marginal analysis, and how market works. And then you'll have Connect assignments, some great stuff on assignments, and a discussion board post. So when you click on this one, it will open some things. Here will tell you a checklist. Will tell you, well, you need to read chapter 1. You watch the videos, you complete the extra readings, and the assignment. So, and then here we say, what are the extra readings? So here is what you find your readings. You see assignments. This is the graded stuff. That will go there in a minute. But first we'll look at readings and these other things, chapter PowerPoint. So for every chapter, I post a PowerPoint from the book. It's helpful to go through it. Once you read the book, maybe it's good to have it open. It's kind of a good refresher, a good summary of the chapter. It's simply a PowerPoint like this. You just click on it and there are all the slides. And for example, at the beginning, it tells you what you're going to learn. And then you're going to discuss cost-benefit analysis. And then you're going to discuss what is here? Opportunity cost, very important. What is opportunity cost? What you give up for doing what you're doing. And actually, it's a very important point because that's the first discussion board is about this. It's about opportunity cost. And then, some other things, like the pitfalls of economics. And then there's an important appendix, which is the math, how to deal with math, graphs, and tables. So you really need to use that and work through it because it will be used later in some of the assignments. You will need to do equations and solving little problems, okay? So please make sure you go through this and you understand how linear equations work, slope, and how to find intercept and changes in slope and all that kind of beautiful stuff, okay? So you can see here simultaneous equations, that means you have two equations, how you find how they intercept and stuff like that. So make sure this part you don't skip it over. Then let's go back to Blackboard. You will have, after the PowerPoints here, you will have a series of readings. The readings are articles that I selected and they're interesting. They're really you won't be graded in reading it or not. I believe that you need to make economics very relevant to real world situations. So the book does a good job in explaining that. But if you throw in some articles and then you try to think about it in terms of what you just studied, then I think it will help you. So you can read them if you want to. And I suggest you do at least look at them. And then there are other videos they post from an outside source, from YouTube source of a person that does very good videos, in my opinion, about economics. He explains it very well, and so you can watch those to help you out. So there's a video on cost-benefit analysis and a video on marginal analysis using actually a very funny Monty Python famous comedy group video. Okay. And when you go to assignments, on assignments, you will find the following. You'll find the discussion board. Okay, so there'll be one thing. Sometimes a discussion board, sometimes it's a project/assignment. And then you will find all the Connect stuff. So here you find the Connect work for this week. So this week, first one is to read the book. Gives you access to the book, and it's kind of interactive. It gives you help to study. And then you have 3 assignments. Each one will be graded, so you need to do those. You click on it, there'll be questions, you answer the questions, you get the points. Okay, each one of these assignments is worth 100 points. Each one of the discussion boards are worth 200 points, so there's a lot of points for discussion boards, and I'll show you the first one, but you really need to pay attention to those. And then there will be 3 projects. 2 projects, which I'll show you when they come. I think the first one comes in week 5 or 6, so we won't talk about them now, but worth 300 points. And then you have a final project. The final project is worth 400 points, so it's a lot of points and is worth a lot of the semester. And so you need to do a good job on that. And also because I think it's helpful for you if you do a good project. It helps you understand economics and help you understand how they can be applied. And it's actually very creative. You can choose a topic of your own to explore in depth and create a little presentation about that. So let's go back here to the discussion board. Let's go back to one level here. Oops, clicked on the wrong thing. So when you go here, you have the discussion board, assignments, opportunity cost. And this discussion board is somewhere here. I thought I did. Oh, create thread, I think. Yeah, when you go here, you want to do the following. So when you do here, you create a thread. So you have to have read chapter 1 and complete all the assignments. When you work on this, you need to look at an experience in your life of opportunity cost. And opportunity cost is the cost of doing what you're doing. So if you hear the famous phrase, there's no such a thing as a free meal, that comes from the idea is that you have limited resources, so time, right? You have a next hour of time and you can do several things in the next hour. You can study for the class, you can go out with your friends, you can go to work and make $20 an hour, whatever you're doing, right? And so if you decide to study, then you cannot go to work. So your opportunity cost is what you give up by studying, which is usually considered, actually it's considered the second best option in terms of gains and losses. So in this case, the loss will be, let's say you don't go to work because you have to study, you will lose the wage, the $20 or $15, whatever you can make for that hour. So your opportunity cost is that one. Okay, and so you need to think about in your life examples of that, and then you need to consider and put in, because I look for that when I graded, something about diminishing marginal returns. You will learn about marginal in the chapter, which means the extra, how the extra level changes, and usually the more you do of something, the less extra benefit you're getting. So for each extra hour of study, if you study consecutively many hours, the more you study, the more your brain is tired, and the less you are going to learn for an extra hour, right? And so at that point is when you start switching and maybe not study anymore and do something else with your time. And so you need to take that into consideration in your example. So you want to consider a decision you make, what's your cost, what's your opportunity cost, and if this marginal, diminishing marginal returns idea come into play or not. Okay, so you post that. I say it should be around 300 words, so not very short. Don't just say, I study an hour, I lose $20 of wage. That's not enough. You need to explain why you made the decision. If you study more, what happens. So go more into details about that. Okay, and so this is the first discussion board. Now familiarize again with the syllabus. Make sure you understand what everything is due, how to access everything. Make sure there are no glitches. Remember, if you don't show any sign of attending the class in the first 2 weeks, you will lose, you will be dropped from the class. So do something, start completing assignments. Don't fall behind, don't fall behind, don't fall behind. Okay, so that's all for now. I'm glad to have you in class. Hopefully it will be a class you will enjoy. I think you will learn a lot, and I will see you next week or in the week if you have any questions and if I need to make another video. Alrighty, goodbye for now. Now I will stop the recording.